Good day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome. If you are watching this video, I am assuming you have a vacant office space or a commercial real estate that you're trying to get some revenue out of. I'm here to tell you that I, Kunal Kataria, who's been running a co-working space business for over 2 years, running more than 14 locations, over 1,000 seats, is going to tell you what co-working is. For your kind information, this is your office. Blank, vacant, no brand, nothing. This is what is changing co-working and real estate. I'm going to tell you exactly how co-working is an opportunity and what you're going to get out of it. This is the future of commercial real estate. Problem, the solution, what is co-working and what you're going to do next. I'm also going to put in some details for agents, property brokers who can leverage out of this opportunity. Now, what is the problem with commercial real estate? The biggest problem, there's no flexibility of use. There's no convenience of tenure. There's huge security deposits that every landlord believes their property should have. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. Let's talk about co-working, how it works and how it actually solves the problem. There's availability of a lot of co-working spaces and a lot of commercial real estate. Now there's a clash that is happening. You got to decide on which side you are at. It's like a chess game. Somebody's going to knock off somebody. And co-working, I believe, truly is going to be the future of commercial real estate. Now, we've done a couple of surveys, we've done demand flows. You're probably going to see it on the slides over here. There's currently more real estate that is going towards co-working than it is going towards traditional real estate rentals. Now, what is exactly happening in today's scenario post the COVID venture that has come across? There's a lot of people who are preferring to work from home. There are a lot of companies who prefer their employees work from home. There are a lot of companies who believe that only after they come to the office will be able to work properly, efficiently. They're going to create productivity. Now there's a lot of confusion and drama that is happening over here. Who wins at the end of the day? Flexibility, convenience, co-working. These are all in a basket together. We also did a survey about security deposit. Now, if you have commercial real estate or if you've come across commercial real estate transactions, you would know because of COVID, just randomly, irrespectively, a lot of landlords have requested the rent be paid in 100%. People who failed, people who negotiated, lost their security deposits. Now, security deposits in traditional real estate is almost 6 months of rent, in some cases 7, 8 and 9 months of rent as well. People have lost that money. Why? Because a landlord believed that if you have taken my space on rent, you owe me the money in 100%, irrespective of pandemic, epidemic, I don't care. 82% of the people we interviewed lost their security deposit. 82%. That's a big number. Now what are these people going to think? These people are going to think, I'm better off in co-working. Less security deposit, probably a month. Flexibility of use. Today I'm a team of 10, tomorrow 20. I can use it. I'm going to give you more details on co-working very soon. Now, co-working by itself has been growing for the last 4 to 5 years in India and over 10 years in the US and European countries. Asia has been one of the biggest adapters of co-working in terms of number of spaces that are opening every year, every month, and people adapting to go into a co-working space versus a traditional real estate space. We've got a use case scenario, which is me running my company 603, the co-working space. We've had 14 locations in Mumbai, over 1,000 seats. We've had clients like Republic TV, Quicker, PSA Motors, Vedantu, MediaCart, a lot of individuals, freelancers, many more, right? Landlords who have been currently signed up with 603, the co-working space, are very happy about our services. They're willing to give testimonials, which I can share with you as well. None of our co-working clients who have joined us has ever decided to move out for going back to traditional co-working, traditional real estate spaces. That proves that clients are comfortable in co-working spaces. As a matter of fact, as it stands, we've not lost a single customer that has come to 603, the co-working space, irrespective of the pandemic, though we've given them some incentives, but they're still with us, they're still our customers. Now, pandemic has changed a lot of things. Co-working, real estate, commercial, residential, everything. Which is why I want you to be educated about the co-working space. I am empowering you to go and open your own co-working spaces, which is why I'm sharing this information with you. I can also be a part of it, but I don't need to. If you can go and do it by giving you all these basic informations about going and converting your commercial real estate into a co-working space. Now, the co-working opportunity has got doubled because of the pandemic. The pandemic has disturbed landlord-client relationships even for those who are 9 years, 10 years, 15 years old customers. The greed of having the monthly cash flow has changed a lot in the market. Co-working changes this. How co-working changes this is it provides flexibility. When you get into the co-working business, you know that you have to provide flexibility to the customer. So you and the customer are both on the same page. You all understand each other. You all understand that the client is coming to me because he wants flexibility, because he wants convenience, because he does not want to be tied in the traditional real estate concept of lots of security deposit, lock-in, and having that arrangement where he has to do his own furniture, etc., etc. Now, if a corporate company has 100 employees, out of which 90 of them probably secured a space, have got adjusted to their homes, and now have the convenience of working from home, the other 10 still don't, and they're suffering and they're struggling, and they're willing to pay from their pocket to go outside their home and work out of a co-working space. When a better space, a safer space, we know the precautions we need to take with COVID-19 today. These employees are coming out and paying us to come and work from our spaces. If you look up 603 the co-working spaces, you'll see on our website right now the locations that we have. We are covering most of Mumbai. People can come and they can work with us, and I promise you, I kid you not, they're paying from their pocket, not from the company allowance from their salaries to come and to work from co-working spaces. This tells me that there's huge demand that is going to come through, not only from the employee perspective, but also from the company perspective. Nobody wants to take the responsibility of COVID-19 on their heads. Every company has understood the seriousness of the situation, and also they now know that they have an option to go and opt for a co-working space where they can increase and reduce their team sizes, which is very important. Rental revenues have had a tectonic shift for a commercial real estate owner. At one point in time, I'll give you Mumbai examples, but if in Mumbai, India, you've had a co-working space, a commercial space that is in probably Andheri East IT area, you were probably fetching 140, 150 rupees per square feet. Today, spaces are getting leased out at 65 rupees to 85 rupees a square feet. This is a fact. You can go and check with any brokers. Work from home has challenged and changed everything for everybody. And co-working fits right in between. You're working from home, you're troubled, come to co-working. You're a company, you don't want the guilt of COVID and having an employee compulsorily come to your office, go to a co-working space, I'll pay for the seat. The perks of co-working is much more and above and beyond just a traditional office space. Co-working is empowered by a community of people coming together of open-mindedness. This open-mindedness changes everything for everybody. Let it be the owner of the company, your manager, your salesperson, or even your administrative head. Irrespective of the person coming to a co-working space, they are open to adaptive. If they are adaptive, they will be better performing into your company. It's a change of atmosphere, it's a change of vibe, it's a change of people altogether. And every entity, every business, every person would want to have a team that is more adaptive, that can adapt change, that can adapt new things, that can perform better for the business. How do you leverage this business opportunity and how do you become a part of this game? Co-working is very simple if it is simplified by automation. The couple of things that come under co-working, I will share all the details with you. Co-working can be done to employees, it can be done to startups, it can be done to single business owners, it can be done to corporates, it can be done to SMEs. You can go anywhere and everywhere and start marketing your co-working space. It is a basic fundamental requirement for anybody who's getting themselves into business or any service that requires a desk and a chair. Co-working agreements mainly are flexible. So say for example, I am an individual who's starting a new business. I will come today to you for a single seat as a single business owner. But as soon as I start my business, I'm going to hire 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. These people will keep joining me. As and when they join me, as and when I will subscribe to the table and chair service that you are providing me. That is how the co-working space business always grows. Even a single individual who's starting out will always remember that I started out from this door. You will be his first priority to add his team members. Provided you can provide him with the infrastructure of an office space that he requires to grow a new age team, to develop a business, to grow ahead for himself. And while he's doing that, that loyalty is going to stay with you and he's going to be your customer forever. Now, what exactly do you need to do with your commercial real estate? First and foremost, you need to make sure it is beautifully interior decorated. An office space that is interior decorated, that is made for the purpose of co-working, that can adapt to change, is a place that any business entrepreneur would come and would want to start with. In India and overseas, WeWork is one of the biggest brands that stands as a symbol of co-working and as a huge example of interior decoration. So beautifully but yet so simply made that once you see the place, you will fall in love with it. And that is exactly what you have to achieve with your space. Now, your space may not be a building 16 floors, 100,000 square feet, but you can do the same if it is designed with some sense and the ergonomics that we share with you of what all we need. You would be able to achieve the same ergonomics and the same vibe, not as much as space, but it still works and it works brilliantly, trust me. Now, after revamping, co-working brings along a lot of people, startups, individuals, entrepreneurs, SMEs, corporates as well. Now you need to know how to adapt to these different demands. You need to know on how you're going to empower these people. So you need to provide all the facilities in a very standardized format, which means you need to have everything as per basic standard, and that will remain the same for everyone. That is the most important thing. Now, what exactly is co-working? Every time I've repeated a couple of things about co-working, but I'm going to break it down for you now. When a person comes to you and he says, I want a co-working space. Now, co-working space does not necessarily mean that a lot of people are going to come and work together. It means that he's coming for a fully serviced solution. Now, what is a fully serviced solution? High-speed internet, Wi-Fi. You've got complimentary tea and coffee that takes care of my beverages. There's 24 hours access, obviously it can be with terms and conditions. I need a conference room, meeting room, and definitely a printer. Now, these are the basic things anybody would want for the business, and you're covering all these basic things. And that is why he's coming to you as a co-working space. Now you're a brand, you're a product, you're offering a solution to somebody. So when somebody is coming to you, you have to provide the complete solution. Now, to do these things, what are the things that you actually require? You need a person who's going to manage the community of the place. You need a person who's going to make sure that the customer service is running properly so that none of these people are having any challenges. And when these two are clubbed together, you start creating events for the people to become more powerful. You empower them to do their business. Just like how I am empowering you to become a co-working space provider, you have to make sure that you can add a little bit of value to the business, to the entrepreneur, to the team that is coming to you, so that they can be better at their business tomorrow. And mark my words, they're going to remember this for the rest of their lives. Now, what exactly is offered in the co-working space? I'm going to give you all the basics that you need to know. 1. Your office needs to be fully fitted with hot desks, dedicated desks, meeting rooms, cabin spaces, breakout areas. They need to be well serviced. They need to be hygienic. And now with COVID, it needs to be sanitized. That's the most important. Now, when you have these people coming over there, you need to have a pantry service. You need to make sure it is stacked. The most important aspect of any business is the IT infrastructure. You need to make sure you're providing the top of it. And that is empowering everybody in the world today. Data. Why people are talking about data? Because everything's come on the internet. It's the new oil. You need to know. And if you are servicing it, you need to make sure you're providing the highest quality possible. Now, when you bring the community manager on board, these things will be taken care by him. But most importantly, he needs to know how to build a community. He needs to know how to get people together to break the ice and have the most strongest network that you can have, irrespective of that customer being in your space, using your space, or a friend's friend, because word of mouth is the strongest marketing tool. And these are going to be your rock pillars. Now, in the interiors, what do we need in a co-working space? You need a reception space, you need a male and female washroom, you need to make sure it's all hygienic, it's all prim and proper, top service quality. You need to make sure you have the attendance, you have a pantry area, you have a tea coffee machine, you have a vending machine, there's meeting room, discussion rooms, reading rooms, breakout area, reading area, waiting area, a little bit of a gaming area. They also need a space where they can go out and make phone calls. Most important, as I said earlier, high-speed internet and printer services, which along with comes around stationery as well. When I say internet, internet has a lot that goes along with it, which means firewall, which means security, which means standard high-speed connectivity, which is able to be achieved through lease lines. Beyond that, once you've serviced all these things, you have all your basics in place. You need to make sure now you're trying to build a community around your space. Every customer that comes to you is attracted with something else. What is the plus one that you are going to offer? What is the plus one that the person sitting on the reception is being able to offer to them? That plus one is a plus one who's already in the space, which means the people you're catering to are coming of that grade. Now you need to attract those people. Once you attract those people, you need to break the ice between those people and make sure it feels as if you're having a warm welcome for your customers that are coming. Think of it, if you go to a nice restaurant, most of the people who are sitting there would probably give you a smile. They'd be busy in their own dinner, lunch, family, whatever they may be doing. But if the place is nice, there's warmth in the place. That warmth attracts the customers. So the community is one of the most important things. You have to make sure you ace that. Now, market norms. In co-working, you now have a product that is branded, which means you're out of the standard commercial real estate game. Now, when you package your product and you brand it, there's always a little bit of competition here and there. So you need to know what the market norms are, and you need to drive the place by its quality, its service. The most important thing is the location, because everything will depend on that. How do you challenge them? Is by changing your billing and your agreement systems. The first thing you bring into the market is convenience and flexibility. You have to offer these things. If you offer these things, a person will automatically be attracted to your business. It is a co-working norm. Flexibility is number one. If I'm a 10 people team today, I can be 5 tomorrow and I can be 15 tomorrow. Subject to availability of the space, I should have that flexibility term and condition into my agreement that says in a month's time I'm going to be 15 people, or in a month's time I'm going to be 5 people, and you have to adapt to that change. Hence, with these changes, your flexibility comes together and there's a mutual respect that is maintained for client and landlord. Now you're the service provider. After this comes the security deposit. Now the security deposit in a traditional space is usually 6 months. Some people negotiate to 3 months, 4 months as well. But in a co-working space, it's usually 1 month. Now why 1 month? You service this place. You got it fully fitted and furnished. The person who's coming to you is coming with a 1 month agreement, probably 6 month agreement as well. But he's coming to you for the flexibility and convenience, which means he risks less capital. And at the end of the day, you're keeping that 1 month for your TDS security, for probably some damages and breakage of the space that is happening around there. And 1 month, with all due respect, is more than enough to hold a security deposit from a company that is coming to you, especially while building the initial relationships. With a corporate customer, however, you can deal differently. Now, this sounds like a co-working solution given to you, right? If you have any challenges, if you're interested but you need professional help, that is when you come to us. 603, the co-working space, has a team that will come on board, that will analyze things, that will give you the solution, that will consult you step by step on how to go ahead. If for any reason you require our services, we'll be very happy to come on board. But if you don't, I have given you all the answers. I've introduced co-working to you. I've told you about the problems. I've told you about the solutions. I've given you everything you need to go out there and open your own co-working space today. If you decide to open your own co-working space today, we have targeted to open it within 45 days, which means you can do it as well. All you need to do is jot down the points that I have told you, take a piece of pen and paper, write down most of the things that I've shared with you, work your way around it, and I'm sure you can open your own co-working space within the next 45 days. Hold on, don't leave yet. I also want to share 3 articles with you that talk about co-working. So if you can see the slide, the first one says the average booking period of a space used to be 3 months, which has now come down to a few hours, which means that your real estate is now a commodity that can be traded on an hourly basis. This is from a co-working founder himself. The other one says there has been a shift from traditional working space to managed working spaces, even in smaller cities like Indore, Ahmedabad, Coimbatore, which technically means that you can do co-working not only in metropolitan cities, in any small city as well. At the end of the day, office space is required by everyone. It does not matter where you are, it matters what you have. The third article is also by another co-working space operator that says walk to work is going to be the future, as companies will have co-working spaces nearby where people are living. So say for example, if I'm a corporate and I have 100 employees, they're all working from different cities currently, irrespectively, I'm going to tell them that you can go and find a space near you and work from there, as long as remote work is working for me. If not, I'll set up small team offices in different cities where the teams can come and sit and work together. It happens to be that this has been a very standard format for a lot of companies who have remote offices everywhere, and this is how they set themselves up. Now, going further, if you have any questions whatsoever, if you want us to come on board or you don't want us to come on board, if you want us to consult you or you don't want us to consult you, if you need anything at all, feel free to get in touch with Mr. Joy Sharma from my company, who manages growth and partnerships, who would be able to assist you just in case you had any challenges going across this route. You can reach him on growth@603thecoworkingspace.com. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you. I want to hear success stories. I want to see you empowered yourself to open a co-working space. Thank you. Bye-bye.